Okay, whoa. I think we'll go ahead and get started here. Thank you all for coming out for this night to recognize the accomplishments and the successes that our young people have had here at Greeley County Schools. There is a lot of them. We had great participation this year in all the activities. We close to 90% of our student body participated in one thing or another throughout the year, which is super, speaks a lot for the kids. A lot of them competed in more than one activity, even during the same seasons. So that takes a lot, and like I said, I'm glad to see everybody out supporting them and here to help recognize them in their accomplishments that they've had throughout the season. With that being said, we're going to start with the fall activities. Since I'm up here, I'm going to board you first, so cross-country runners, please come on down. Since I really didn't have anything worked up for this, I'm going to let my one senior who's back out do the talking for everybody. No. Okay. I have a very young team here. We had a lot of learning experiences, very good bunch. Pretty much, a lot of them were pretty dedicated about getting up. Some of them more dedicated than others. Just saying. But we did have quite a bit of success. We had a lot of kids place. We finished 7th as a team at regionals. Finally had a boys team, and they competed very, very well. We just wasn't one of those things that was happening that day, and the inexperience caught up with us, and the teams that we were there at our regional were very experienced and knew how to take care of things, and they got it done. And we learned a lot, and we're ready to get back after them next year and see what happens. I was fortunate enough this year to have an assistant coach, Mr. Buddy Brandel. He did a great job, helped me out. I want to thank him. I want to thank everybody that helped us at our meet, everybody that supported these guys and gals throughout the season. They did a lot. You just, as a coach and as somebody that's coached for many years, you just can't say enough thank yous to the kids, the parents, the grandparents, just everybody that helps us out tremendously. For our awards this year, going to start with the girls. Gave the most valuable runner out this year. Goes to Jalen Brandel. Jalen finished 12th, 11th at state? 11th or 12th at the mud slop. It was the wettest state cross-country meet I've ever been at. Maybe not the slickest, but it was the wettest. When the golf cart lead and the kids around the course can't make it up little hills, you know it's wet and slippery. Probably one of the rainiest days that we've had it. She got out, got fairly tough, ran very well. We think she will probably should run better or could have run better. But anyway, Jalen's our most valuable runner for the year. Had two boys that demonstrated a lot of leadership, and so we gave out co-valuable runners on the boys' side. They both ran very well. One of them's progressed as the season went along. One of them progressed and they started challenging each other, which made each of them better and better throughout the year. We're looking for good things out of them. I think a little conditioning over the summer, I think those guys will get in to state as an individual, if not help get the team in. And that is Braxton Mangan. Then we always like to, Coach Brandel and I talked about giving an award to that most inspirational, and we talked about it, and we pondered and pondered and pondered on the team, and decided that it's pretty clear-cut who to pick. That kid wasn't always up there at the top, but he just kept going. It wasn't fast, but he just kept going, and that's Sam Warner. Again, thank you guys. I had a great time, great season. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know you guys enjoyed it being over with, so you can sleep in. Yeah. But we're looking forward to next year for most of you, and get after it. Thank you. Tennis. Jackie.
A little bit more exercise. Walk the steps. Okay, we had an awesome year this year. We had 19 girls out this year for our tennis, 9 brand new players who had never held a racket in their hand ever, which was interesting for Coach Slattery and I. It was a great time for all of them. We had 8 freshmen. Would the freshmen step forward, please? All of these girls went and competed. Most of them had never held a racket ever. They got better and better as the season went. Everybody on the whole JV squad won matches, which is awesome because we play against 1, 2, 3, 4A schools. So to be able to win a match in your first season of never holding a racket is pretty phenomenal for all these girls. So very proud of all of them, hoping to have them all back next year and work harder. And you guys just did an awesome job. Everybody's very coachable, and we're just very proud of you. All right. We have 6 sophomores step forward. Great crew. Some of them are on JV, some are on varsity. Lots of them never held a racket until this year also. And later on I'll tell you about the awards that they did. But anyway, all in all, practices were kind of crazy with so many new players trying to figure out what we needed to do. And they stepped up to the challenge. And anyway, we had a great season. Hope you had fun and learned a lot. Good job, ladies. We have one here, Miss Maggie. She competed for us on the varsity squad all year this year, and we'll talk more about her later. But and we have 4 seniors to step forward. I just wanted to recognize everybody before we start talking about the other stuff. Really hard to coach girls for 4 years and then have them leave. These 3 standing right here have been phenomenal. You couldn't ask for anybody that would work harder and put so much heart into everything that they did. Very proud of them. So. the awards. Like I said, it was a great JV season, a super great varsity season. Our team of Annabelle Snyder, Mia Reynolds, MK Vitruba, Zoe, Maggie, and Salem. We competed in league this year. Like I said, our league is 1-2-3A / 40% of the 4A. We went to league this year and we were league runner-up as a team. Annabelle and Mia were all league runner-up in #1 doubles. MK and Maggie were all league champions in #2 doubles. Zoe was 3rd place at #1 singles all league. All league runner-up at #2 singles was Sayla Shear. First time varsity out, and she was a trooper. She just hung in there. It was a great league meet. And in tennis, we have a mock regional, which doesn't tell the people that are coming to your regional, but most of them are there. In our mock regional, both doubles teams would have made it into state. MK and Maggie happens to be that we had the toughest, second toughest regional in the state this year, behind Wichita Collegiate's regional. So when we went into that, the girls won first round. MK and Maggie won first round. Zoe won first round. Sayla, first time out, did a great job. It's hard. It's a double elimination tournament. That's just what it is. When we went to the real regional meet, like I said, it was the second toughest regional in the state. MK and Maggie won the first round. I said that already. Anyway, when it was all said and done, it's a 2-day regional. Tough teams, Ellsworth, lots of Waukene, lots of big towns there, and Mia and Annabelle played their butts off, hit a little stump there. They ended up taking 6th at regional. The top 6 go, so 24 girls get to go to state in 1A, 2A, 3A / 4A tennis. I thought that we weren't going to make it to state because Annabelle turned around and ran up and jumped on Mia, and I thought she was going to take out her own partner before we even made it to the state meet. So pretty phenomenal to watch all of that. We get to the state meet, which was held in Wichita this year. Our girls were seated 22nd at state. And when you're at state, playing against Collegiate, Independent, Salina, Hutch Trinity, all these big schools, it's kind of intimidating. But we kind of had the perfect storm. We played against Collegiate, Wichita, Classical, and the Collegiate team was like, parents were like, oh my God, they can't play tennis. Just because we're from a little 1A school, everybody thinks that it's not happening. But we showed them proud. And against the round to see if we were going to place or not at state against Ellenwood, these two had absolutely the perfect storm. They were so focused, so everything. This team had beat us earlier in the year and had placed 3rd at regional and was ranked 6th in state. They came out and clocked them 8-2. It was just like a perfect storm. It put them out to place, and placing in tennis is hard pushed. If you can break into the top 12 and get a medal, it's just like winning state for us. We appreciate all the support of the parents and everybody that were at the state meet. I don't think that they still realize how special it is to break in to the top 12. Getting there in tennis is huge. Placing is ginormous. So anyway, great job, ladies. They placed 12th. Sorry, I'm taking too long. So now for our awards. Our awards are voted on by all the teammates. So this year, Rookie of the Year, which is Coach Slattery and I vote on. Rookie of the Year is Miss Anna Harcourt. Your certificates are in your packets, ladies. Okay. Most inspirational player of the year was another senior, Raylan Graham. Talk about a positive attitude all the time. She just had it, and very, very deserving of that. Most improved varsity tennis player this year was Sailor Shear. Most improved JV tennis player of the year was Shaden Howell. And we have co-recipients of most valuable players, which is Annabelle and Mia. Also, Annabelle and Mia were selected to All-State for tennis. I don't know, I'm just forcing your stuff out again. I'm just so proud of all of you. If I could have had these girls, you're not asleep. I have to say, even though that Zoe didn't receive an award that we give out, because we don't give out all of them, I am telling you, she played the hardest position the last 2 years, and this girl has more heart and soul than I could even tell you. She played tough. I mean, she never broke down, never did anything, and always gave 100%, and that's all any coach can ask for is 100%. So, MK, same thing. MK didn't think she could be a tennis player, and then once she felt like she finally figured out she had attitude and she could go after it, she was a beast out there on the court at the net. So, as far as Annabelle always has to be drama. But we love her. And she finally decided that she was a player and she could do it. And finally let herself loose to know that she could just achieve. And once you let that guard down, to every athlete, once you let your guard down and just go play for fun and know that you are out there living the best day of your life on that day, good things happen. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself and let good things happen to yourselves, okay? So, that's it. All right. Thank you to Monica. I couldn't ask for a better coach to be coaching with me. We're here for the kids, and she has such a positive attitude. I just wanted to say how much I appreciate her. Okay, done.
Before you guys go, I want to take a second to, if you guys could come up. On behalf of the tennis program, I want to celebrate this wonderful lady on her 40th year of coaching. This is a surprise to her, so. Like I said, on behalf of the Greeley County Tennis Program and alongside your assistant coaches with Chris Baber, Kelly Kleiman, Ashley Grubb, and Penny Soba, even though she wasn't able to make it tonight, we want to congratulate you on 40 years of dedication to the program and counting, because this is not a retirement announcement. You are not going anywhere. Like I said, this is such a special feat, not only to coach that long, but to stay in the same school, in the exact same program, and has brought a lot of success and respect to it. Jackie has coached hundreds of student athletes through 5 different decades, and she has dedicated countless hours of being the best coach she can possibly be, from adjusting to rules as they change and upgrades to the equipment and strategies out of the court. She has also adjusted to every student athlete that she's come across. So yeah, she's a great coach for that reason. But most importantly, she's a great mentor. The relationship that she builds with those that are willing are so special, and she has the biggest heart and wants to help people succeed and do their best, whether that be mastering that winning cross-court shot or making sure you are talking to your teachers and getting your homework done on time, and passing those classes, and to just being a listening ear through the darkest of times and through the brightest of days. She is right there 100%. This doesn't stop when you leave this program either, okay? Because she has that same support for all of her athletes that choose to do so afterwards. She has become the biggest cheerleader that I've had and in my life, while holding me to higher standards as well. She's a competitor, she gives tough love, and is also supportive and compassionate. a leader at heart, and I have the pleasure of not only being coached by her, but also being able to coach alongside her and to call her my friend. At this moment, if you girls want to say anything about Jack.
In 1979, I came to Tribune, and I got to coach with Coach Vester. And you know who I coached? Jackie Larson. Can't possibly be 40 years because I am not that old. I retired to have my kids. When I came back, Jackie needed an assistant coach, and I said, okay. Probably the most enjoyable coaching because as a head coach, I never felt like I didn't have an opinion. There was a lot of walking and a lot of bouncing ideas off each other, and we worked together. And although I think she got her way most of the time, it was a cooperative effort, and it was enjoyable coaching. So many memories. When the school used to make reservations for us, we got to stay at the Cimarron Motel. Has anyone ever seen the Cimarron Motel? We lovingly call it the Cockroach Motel. Because literally, Jackie was working on the seed meeting and a cockroach climbed up the wall in front of her. And we were yelling, everybody close your suitcases. Don't let the cockroaches, don't take them home with us. We have Mr. Bubble in the jacuzzi. The girls decided when you went to regionals, you always had to dye your hair, of course. Matching pajamas. We've been through a whole lot together. Finally, when Miss Sova came and she had experience coaching college, I said, my turn to retire. But it was a very enjoyable time. How can you not appreciate someone who has put 40 years into a program? How rare is that? And such a successful program. I was just thrilled to be a part of it.
Sorry for taking so much of your time, but like I said, this is really special. This is a really special moment, and I just like to thank, I'd like also to take a second to thank her family, with Andrew, Aaron, Corbin, Shaylee, their spouses, and their kids, Jackie's grandkids, because they've shared this wonderful lady with all of us. And I'm sure Andrew hates seeing my car driving down that driveway because it's not going to be just short and sweet. But there's been some difficult times, I'm sure, but I just want to thank you all, her family, for sharing this wonderful lady with us. So with that, volleyball, you guys are up next. Thank you.
Okay, how do you follow that? Congratulations. You gotta be in the middle. You can't be on the end. Okay, congratulations to Jackie. That's amazing. 40 years, holy cow. Just pretty amazing, or crazy, I don't know. I am not gonna make it 40 years, I can tell you that. This season for us will go down in history as one of the most memorable for the volleyball program. For the first time ever, our team reached a state tournament. An accomplishment that not only speaks to the talent, but also to the dedication and drive each player brought this season. This group of athletes set their sights on one goal, becoming state contenders, and did so by trusting in each other's abilities and pushing each other to be better every day. Their commitment to teamwork, resilience under pressure, and believing they could make it happen made this season possible. This year we focused on playing fearlessly and always showing up to compete. While they did these two things most of the time, I think there's a few matches we'd like to do over. I believe what truly set this team apart was their unity. They understood that success wasn't just about an individual skill, it was about working together, lifting each other up, and making sacrifices for the greater good of the team. They had to count on each other. You had to have the good pass, you had to have a good set, and you had to have someone that could put the ball away. They got very good at recognizing and appreciating each other's value. Every player contributed in their own unique way, whether on the court, in the locker room, or as a source of encouragement on the sidelines. The chemistry they built over the season was what made this team so special. To say we are proud of what they accomplished is an understatement. And as they move forward, I hope that they will chase that feeling year after year. Our postseason play, I'm going to just touch on that quickly. It was pretty incredible. These girls played with a different type of determination, focus, and confidence going into postseason. The Stockton game, pretty incredible. One of the best games I've seen Greeley County Volleyball play, and we, over the last few years, have really built something, and we've had a lot of incredible matches. But this one will stand out forever. Everyone played their role perfectly, except for maybe in the second set. The second set was a little rough. But the ending of that match could not have played out any better. You don't see this happen in volleyball very often, but a 9-0 run with several blocks, 3 of them being from Jaden Mangan and 1 from Kenna Bain. And the home environment made it even sweeter. I know it's something I'll never forget, Brecken will never forget, and hopefully something that you girls will remember forever. That moment was really emotional as a coach, because not to accomplish that, but to see the girls, their hard work pay off, and to see that dream come true in their faces, made it all worth it, and was something that I'll hang on to forever. I'm going to touch base on each player real quick. Is Brittany here? No? Brittany, you can step forward. This girl improved so much this year. She wants to get better, and she strives to get better every day. If she continues to believe in herself and have confidence, she'll only continue to get better. Her biggest accomplishment this year was getting her overhand serve over consistently. And in 7 games, she had 3 aces and 4 kills. Briley, you'll step forward. Briley has a killer serve, and I think she'll probably agree with me, and probably her mom too, but when her attitude is right, she is able to do some really good things to help her team. She knows what we need from her, and hopefully she will continue to get better the next couple years, and that confidence will grow, and she'll trust herself. In 8 games, she had 17 aces, 10 kills, and 29 digs. Urelli. I don't know if you've heard this girl sing, but holy cow, she can sing. Urelli has a real talent and love for the game. She reads the ball so well defensively and can get to things you wouldn't think someone could get to. She's determined, she hates to fail, and we hope she will continue her volleyball career the next 2 years. In 4 games, she had 11 aces, 3 kills, 21 assists, and 9 digs. Yos. This is a girl, she is very, very smart, has a high volleyball IQ, and a lot of talent. She has a great attitude and was always willing to do whatever we asked of her, whether she was going to be setting or hitting that match, she always stepped up. If she would also fully believe in herself, she could make a real difference on the floor next year. In 8 games, she had 12 aces, 21 kills, 2 blocks, 58 assists, and 15 digs. Kenna really stepped up this year. Huge change from her freshman year to her sophomore year. Last summer, I remember getting in the gym for the first time and seeing her hit the ball, and I was like, oh my gosh, where was this last season? She stepped up this year. She was so good at the net for us. She is a player that just continued to prove every game. She is extremely coachable. She's always asking questions, sometimes too many questions, but she's always asking questions and wanting feedback and to be her best at all times. As an underclassman, she played so well for us in postseason especially, making smart decisions, being aggressive, and getting some great blocks, and just continued to play smarter and smarter. Next year, her role is going to become a lot bigger, and we know that she can do it and are excited to see what she can do. In 45 games, she had 92 kills, 50 blocks, and 71 digs. The These next four girls, Addie, Sarah, Char, and Haley, were always competing for the same couple spots on the court and could be thrown into a game on any given day, and they were able to hold their own. Sarah, step forward. Sarah is an excellent passer. She loves the game. She's very positive on the floor. She's a good teammate. Her playing time toward the end of the season wasn't what she had hoped for, and it just came down to who was playing best at that time. But we hope that that will motivate her to keep going into next year because her team definitely benefits when she is playing like she's capable of. In 37 games, she had 20 aces, 100 good serve receive passes, 11 kills, and 94 digs. Addie. This girl is small, but she is a fighter. She's always giving 100%. Another player that really has improved so much. She has a desire to be great when she's out on the court. I know she didn't get as much playing time as she would have liked, but she never complained. She kept working hard and it paid off. She had some incredible saves and digs throughout the season, and we are very excited to see what she brings for us next year. In 38 games, she had 16 aces, over 90 good serve receive passes, and 92 digs. Haley. This is a girl that understands her role, and we're so grateful. That's sometimes really hard to do as a player. Every year we have needed her in a little different role, and she accepts it. She doesn't get upset about it, and she continues to work hard for her team. One of the things about Haley is if any girl can step up and set the ball when Jaren is taken out of the play, it's her. You would throw in the setter position in practice and it's not that great, but in a game, when that pass comes to Jaren first and Haley has to step up and set the ball, she's done a very, very good job. In 37 games, 18 aces, 14 kills, 12 blocks, 36 assists, and 75 digs. Charlize. The improvements, growth, and poise this girl showed throughout the season was unmatched. She does not like to let her teammates down. She doesn't like to let herself down. She doesn't like to let her parents, her family, she doesn't like to let anybody down. And we're working on that with her on how to handle that situation. She is our team's hype girl. Whether she's on the floor or on the sideline, she is full of energy and pumped up for her teammates when they make good plays. As a varsity back row player, there's a lot of pressure, especially stepping in as a freshman, and at times it challenged her, but she persevered and became an incredible defensive player for us. She also stepped up and served the ball very well when we needed her to. In 44 games, she had 38 aces, 113 good serve receive passes, and 188 digs. And I think this is very well deserved. The team voted for her for most improved player. Jaren. The setter is kind of like the quarterback of the team. She's got great hands and the ability to place the ball off of any pass for her hitters to get a good swing. I think the setters have one of the hardest jobs on the floor. They're responsible for running the offense, knowing where to put it, where the other team's blockers are, etc. And Jaren does a good job at all of it. She's a very smart player. She has a knack for knowing where the ball is going to go and able to make plays. A good server, and if she wasn't a setter, I'd probably make her a defensive player. In 38 games, she had 64 aces, 47 kills, 5 blocks, 290 digs, and just shy of 1,000 assists in one season. Across all classes in the state, Jaren was top 50 for total aces and aces per set, 13th per set with 13 assists per set with 10.24, and 11th in the state for total assists on the season. Honors, she was All-League Honorable Mention, and then she was also voted KVA All-State Honorable Mention. School records broken. Most digs in a single game with 23. Most assists in a single game, 47. Most assists in a season, 973. And the team award she is going to receive is the Game Changer Award. Jadence. Jadence is a pure talent on the court that we can count on to do everything well. Serving, passing, defensive plays, putting the ball away, she takes care of it all. Her volleyball IQ is unmatched. We're going to rely on her a lot next season. In 38 games, she had 61 aces, 228 good serve receive passes, 470 kills, 18 blocks, 277 digs. Across all classes in the state, she was top 30 for hitting efficiency, top 25 for kills per set with 4.95, and top 20 for total kills in a season. She was first team All-League, KVA, first team All-State. She hit 1,000 career kills this year. She broke most kills in a single game with 28, most kills in a season with 470, most career kills, 1,227. And team voted her most valuable player. Seniors, step forward. This is a difficult one. Yeah, you get them for 4 years, they're amazing, and then you have to say goodbye. So, Jaden and Tatum, you've been a huge part of our volleyball team's success, bringing unmatched leadership, resilience, and a fierce competitive spirit to every game and practice. Their dedication has not only shaped our winning seasons, but left a lasting legacy for future players to follow. I hope you both understand your value, not just as players, but as people too. Both Brecken and I have enjoyed coaching you and appreciate the time that you have given back to us. These two have had 4 seasons of winning records, a league championship, 4 trips to the sub-state championship match, and finally, a first trip to state. Tatum, I think that this was her best season by far. She played with a different purpose this year and so much more confidence than we had seen in past seasons. She had so many great plays and saves this season and really showed all of us what she was truly capable of. Defense was kind of her thing. She's so quick and anticipated where the ball was going to go. She also started jump serving this season and had the best serving percentage yet. 38 games, she had 63 aces, 270 good serve receive passes, 99 kills, 23 blocks, and 340 digs. Tatum hit 1,000 career digs. I think that's the first time that's ever been done in Greeley County history. School records broken, most digs in the season, 348. Most career digs, 1,033. And the team obviously voted for her Defensive Player of the Year. Jaden, such a well-rounded and talented player. Jaden is also great in all positions and continues to grow and become a better player every year. In our opinion, she's become the best middle Greeley County has ever had. We relied on her so much and knew she was going to serve well, get blocks, and put the ball away, as well as be a positive teammate and leader. I thought she kind of played with a chip on her shoulder this year and was more determined than ever. This was by far her best season. What really stood out to me and to Brecken was her postseason play. She made some really big plays when we needed them, and she played fearlessly. And it was kind of disappointing at state because I thought she really showed up and she played really well at state. And if anybody was going to get on the all-state tournament team, I thought Jaden definitely deserved it. In 38 games, she had 76 aces, 153 good serve receive passes, 326 kills, 95 blocks, and 274 digs. Across all classes in Kansas, Jaden was top 30 for aces per set and total aces, 21st in blocks per set with 1.03, and 15th across the state for total blocks in a season. She received first team All-League and second team All-State. Milestones, 1,000 career kills, 250 career aces, and 200 career blocks. School records broken, most aces in a single game with 9, most career aces, 254, most blocks in a single game, 7, most blocks in a season, 98, most career blocks, 219. She was also voted by the team for the Jackrabbit Award. This is a girl that we give, this is a girl that gets this award due to how she represents Greeley County. And she does it well. She works hard, she gets good grades, she's a great role model and a great teammate. It's just the full package, I guess you could say. So she got that award, and then there was an open spaces person that said this. Teams finally feel good, like Jaden Stewart is going to the back row, but then you turn around and you have Jaden Mangan coming to the front row, and I thought you can't put it in any better words than that. These two really balanced each other out, and she is also voted MVP. I want to thank you to all these girls' parents for showing up all the time, cheering them on, providing us lots of food, and organizing all of that. It is really appreciated. Administration for all you do, cheerleaders, student section, and our home crowd. Student section especially. You made that sub-state win really, really special. My husband, always being there for me. He's my biggest supporter and sounding board when I'm having a mental breakdown. I couldn't do it without him. And then my assistant, she's also unmatched. I can't think of anybody else that could do this with me like she does it. I just can't thank her enough for all she does for being a part of this with me. And this program we would not be able to do what we've done without you. Thank you. Okay, I'm finally done. Thank you. Football's up.
All right, this year's team, we have 16 guys, 6 seniors, 4 juniors, 4 sophomores, and 2 freshmen. Most of them had to step into a different role this year. We went from the transition from 6-man to 8-man, and it's a completely different ball game than what they have practiced their entire career in high school. The biggest thing we had to focus on was the center could not go out for a pass anymore. You know, in 6-man, our linebackers would usually sit back and watch the center. Well, in 8-man, we'd like to blitz instead. So that was the hardest transition for us, honestly. As a coach, I'm thankful for all 16 of you guys. They showed up every day and busted their tails off. I mean, relentless effort out there on the practice field. On game days, they were always prepared, except for remembering all their equipment. That was a new lesson I learned as a coach, was always bring extra at every game. I'm especially thankful for these 6 seniors. I've been with them for 3 years. And they have not only grown as men, but they've really impacted me as a coach as well. It has changed my perspective of high school sports, honestly. I want to give a thank you to all the parents, especially moms, for always making us breakfast on Fridays every morning. I know that's a hassle, dealing with 16 boys, and neither coach is there. We have work to do. Howard, thank you so much for driving us all the time. I'm the worst co-pilot. I will never know where to park. Mr. Cook, Mr. Kaufman, Mr. Nehus, thank you for always keeping us organized and getting everything organized for us. Thank you to Kevin Schaefer for always prepping the field and having the practice field mowed down for us. Thank you, Coach Harney, for all the midnight texts and phone calls about what I thought was a cool idea to do a practice text day. It ended up being horrible. And thank you to our managers for always keeping my head on straight, because on game days I am everywhere except where I'm supposed to be, it seems like. For our quick recap of our season, we had a really good 4th game versus San Diego, beat them by 20. And to show how much you guys improved all year long, we got an opportunity to play them again in week 9. Ended up beating them by 46 in the fourth quarter. These guys have improved tremendously, and I expect nothing different next year. Throughout the summer, I believe they are going to be more committed to showing up in that weight room. And as coaches, we're going to be more committed to having things to do this summer that involve a football. For our player awards, Offensive Player of the Year. This kid came into a major role as a freshman. He wasn't sure what to expect until that first game found him. When things were not going his way, he always found another way to make an impact, whether it was being a decoy or saying, hey, coach, let me go block someone because I can't run the ball right now. I'm very excited to be able to coach Caleb for the next 3 years, and I expect great things out of him. Caleb? Defensive Player of the Year. This player was everywhere. Everywhere defensively. Played every position. He went from getting sacks to interceptions in the secondary to getting fumble recoveries on the line. He's a great kid. He works hard every day. He has a few complaints here and there, but we work with it. And he has already committed to the 2 coaches that he's going to do better next year, so I'm excited to see that happen. He led our team in tackles, interceptions, and fumble recoveries. And that is Tracer out. Rookie of the Year. This is tough to decide. This award, in the end, it was extremely deserving, considering the player has never played football his entire life. This fall was the first time he honestly touched a football. He worked hard every day, stayed late after practice to continue working, and he always wanted to do extra, whether it was the weight room or asking me to stick around it so he can snap the ball 50 more times a day. I'm excited to watch him perform next year. And I have a feeling he can do great things for us. Bishop Talbot. And finally, our MVP. This award goes out to someone that performs on the field and off the field. He's a leader, communicates, and he's not afraid to ask questions. He worked hard at practice. He worked even harder in the weight room. He was never afraid to ask questions, and he continued to improve every day. And it has been an honor to coach this young man for the last 3 years. Logan Harris. And one last, he doesn't get an award, but he gets an opportunity to put on a pair of pads again this June. He didn't get to play this year due to injury, but I discussed with other coaches around the area, and we felt he was deserving of it. Lincoln Schaefer gets to go play at the All-Star game on his Division II West team this summer. Once again, thank you to the community for all your support throughout the entire year. And we look forward to just getting better. We're going to have a good group next year, the way it looks. And I think we have a few more coming out, which is going to be a good time. All right, Scholars Bowl, we'll be right back.
Okay, Scholars Bowl this year is another successful year, and it really showed, again, making the state tournament again, and it's held in another fifth place, and we're again playing D1. And that was really the ultimate goal going into the season. We have a really young group. Some of us have never competed before, and we had some seasoned vets over here that helped carry us through those things. But we came up just short again in the state tournament. We had, again, for the third straight year, the state champion was in our pool. And it makes it kind of tough when the state champion and the runner-up in third place are always in your pool. Really proud of the kids, really proud of how they excelled this year, and looking forward to brighter things. And as we go forward, we're going to have big shoes to fill with Mr. Jesus leaving. One of the times that I remember really quick as a freshman over in Leota, I ripped his butt because he didn't have a paper in front of him. I just was griping at him so much. And he came a long way and was really a good leader for us this year. He really showed what Scholars Bowl is about. It's not necessarily about being the best at math or science, whatever. It's finding an issue and going to getting and making yourself better. There's something for everybody. So I encourage you, if you want to go check it out, check it out. We need more players as we continue on. So congratulations. Thank you, Jesus, for your leadership, and appreciate it. Best luck next year at K-State. All right, really quickly have the state participation awards for taking care of business at state, and that goes to our state team, which are these four right here. I really appreciate them contributing and thanking them, and we hope that we can get everybody else out there again and make it back to state again for a fourth year in a row. And I think John has led us in scoring this year, but he was given a tough run for his money by Mr. Jesus. But again, really proud of these kids, really thankful for them, really thankful for the community, not only helping us run the meet, but also do a lot of good things for the students academically, and really do appreciate that to everybody, whether it's administration or helping run simple things, and really do appreciate that. Okay, I don't know who's after me, but thank you very much. Congratulations, guys. Thank you.
Forensics is not up next. Indeed I do. So, I would like to start out by saying it's a privilege to coach these students. We're a pretty young team at this point. 2 years ago we had 1 student, last year we had 2. This year we have 5. So, most of the students participating this year, this is their first year doing it. So, they are very inexperienced, and they are working to improve themselves, which is the best thing. They're always looking for feedback in various ways, and they're always there to take constructive criticism. Is one of the best things that I can have as a coach. So, for those of you who are unaware about forensics, on how it works, there's a series of events that students can choose from to participate in. These range from public speaking to acting or even reciting poetry. The students this year, we chose to do oral interpretations of poetry, oral interpretation of prose, informative speaking, and improvised duet acting. So, Leslie here chose to do poetry. Some of the things that she accomplished this year: she was able to get 8th place at the Oberlin meet, and she got a 2 at regionals. So good job. Oh, yeah, sorry. And a 6th at the Ulysses meet. Sorry. Angel, on the other hand, Angel was able to achieve a 2 at regionals. So, good job. Some of the students that are not here today, Gracelyn Graham got 5th at informative speaking at Ulysses and Oberlin. So, best part for coaching these students is watching them improve slowly over the years. So, when they started, they were brand new at this. Most of them had never even heard of forensics or didn't even know anything about it. It is a night and day difference from where they started back in January to where they are now. So I look forward to helping you all reach even higher peaks going forward. Thank you.
Okay, high school girls basketball started the season with 12 and then added 13 shortly after the first game, I think. But we had 2 freshmen, Charlie and Jaren, 4 sophomores. Sophomore stands for it. I get them all mixed up all the time. Addie, Shay, Kenna, Mia, and Bradley. Yeah, I know, right? 2 juniors, Jaden's and Maggie, and then 4 seniors, Tatum, Jaden, Ray, she's not here, is she? And Annabelle. So, pretty diverse in ages and grades. And 1 manager, where's she at? Yoselin? What are you doing out there? 1 manager, Yoselin. And Greta. Greta here? Okay. Okay, so that's our team to start with. I'm going to try to be quick. I think they give us 5 minutes, but that's impossible because I could talk for an hour about each and every single one of these girls. It was a challenging year for the most part because of our JV program. We struggled getting JV games. Cook and I would spend hours in his office trying to find games for these girls. And with 6-quarter rule, we couldn't just pick up a JV game because we can only play 20 games a season. So we tried, and we did get a few. Coach will go over that here in a little bit. Those are very challenging. These girls practice a lot with not a lot of free time. And it sucked, to be honest with you. I know some of them are very upset, but we tried. A lot of firsts this year. Our overall record was 11-10, so we had back-to-back seasons with winning record. We were 2-7 in league, so 7 of our 10 losses were our league schools. Our league was extremely tough, and it's going to be tough for a while. So hopefully we can get better and do a better job. Get some league wins for sure. A lot of firsts this year. We won our first game of the season, which I think has been 12 years. So that was a very exciting game to get that first win. We won our first playoff game in about the same time, 10 to 12 years, something like that. So people tell me stats all over the streets, and I tell Chris to get the paper. I don't look them up. I don't have time like Josh does to look all that crap up. So, and then we won our first league game at the tournament, which has been a long time. Eventually placing 4th, which that wasn't our goal, but we did get that first win, so we didn't have to play in the small gyms. So, Also won our first playoff game in a while against Ellis, and I thought that game was probably our best game of the year. Throughout the whole team, everybody played very, very well. Student section was crazy, and it was a home game. So in Ellis, it used to be 3A, and they dropped down to 2A, and now they're 1A. So they were a good team. We had a 20-point lead at one time, and they came back and fed it to 3, 4, something like that. It was close, a little too close for comfort. But like I said, I could talk about each and every single one of these girls out here for a long time. But we'll get to some awards first. The first award goes to Braylon Graham, but she's not here. She was the girl that came out late. I don't think she even played in junior high. If she did, don't remember. But her award is perfect attendance. She was there every practice, every Sunday shoot around. She was there every time, except for once. And there was a morning practice, and she didn't show up for that. So we only had one. So, but man, she improved so much. It got to the point where she was there for fun, and then we'd be playing games, knockout or whatever. And next thing you know, I'm standing behind her to knock her out because nobody else on this team wanted to do that because she got mad. So she was a blast to have, and I'm gonna miss her next year for sure. Our second award goes to Charlize Schaefer for most inspirational. I tell the girls all the time, stay engaged in the game, and I tell Yoselin can vouch. I tell my managers on timeouts, quarters, I want the camera on my bench because I want to see who's staying engaged all the time. So, and I tell the girls, if you're not engaged, I can't put you in. But she was always engaged, and we ran into each other quite a bit on exciting plays because she would jump off the bench and we'd run into each other. So she got that probably from me, but she was by far the most inspirational girl that we had on our team. Whether she played, whether she didn't play, she tried to give everybody confidence and stuff like that. So it was very exciting for her. As a father as well, she was our, like Jordan said, go-to girl that just gave us a little fire. Our next award goes to Miss Rebounder, and that is Kenna Bain. She led our team in rebounds. She had a total of 142 rebounds on the year, 41 offensive and 101 defensive, averaged 6.8 rebounds a game. She really stepped it up this year compared to last year. Like Jordan said, she just had that fire in her eye. I just kept telling her, just keep doing what you're doing. She said, I can't make no baskets. I said, well, if you don't shoot, you're not going to know that. So she really did a good job being our rebounder and blocking shots. Her and Jaden Stewart guarded the big girls on the other team. Addison Scott, is it Addison Scott? Avery Scott, first game of the season. Johnson, she's big, she's smooth, and we held her to very little, and she was getting very upset. But they started out the season like that, and they just kept on doing that the rest of the season. So, good job, Kenna. Oh, I do have stuff coming, but I had to print out some certificates today. So, our next award is our Miss Deflection, and that goes to Tatum Bain. She led the team with 61 deflections. Someone was really close to her as well. She led her team with deflections. She ended up with 30 steals, averaging almost 3 deflections a game. And for those of you who don't know deflections, she just gets her hands in passing lanes so much. And a lot of our other girls got steals off that deflection. So she didn't quite lead her steals, but she was really close. she just had a knack for the ball, and she just stayed in those passing lanes. She really liked to play zone better than man, because she knew she could kind of sit back and watch the ball and then really get in the passing lane a lot better. So she did a heck of a job, and really going to miss her next year. She's one of my seniors that I've had for 4 years. But we could have done it without her this year. Y'all take. Our next award goes to Miss Assist. That's Jaden Stewart. Jaden led the team with 72 assists, and she only had 46 turnovers. Girls can contest, coach, I'm big on the assist turnover ratio. I like it to be 1-to-1. What that means is she has 10 assists. I don't want her to have more than 10 turnovers. But she did a really good job of taking care of the ball, because she was a point guard. She had the ball in her hands a lot, and usually your point guard has more turnovers than assists, seems like sometimes. But she ended the season, like I said, with 72 assists, 46 turnovers. Averaged, her assist turnover ratio was 1.57. So that's above 1-to-1. That's really good. So she did a really good job for us, finding the girls that were open, taking care of the ball. Definitely couldn't have done her without done anything without her. She's also led us in 3-point percentage. She was 28 of 88, which was 32%. So I just wish she would shoot the ball more. This, not just her, some of these girls in this team. I've never coached a team where I had to beg kids to shoot. On the boys' side, you had to tell them not to shoot. But I just told her, you gotta shoot the ball more, you gotta shoot the ball more. But she did a heck of a job shooting the three. She was our free throw percentage shooter. She would average 81% on the year. She's 22 to 27. She should have shot 100 free throws, but she didn't. I wish she would have, but she did a good job at point guard position. So thankfully we're gonna have her back next year. Good job, Jaden. Our Miss Jack Rabbit Award MVP goes Jaden Mann. Jaden, like Jordan said, she can do it all. In my opinion, I think she's probably one of the best athletes, all the way around athletes, from volleyball, track, basketball, to be in Greeley County. She just did a lot for us. She's one girl that would shoot. I told her green light when you cross half court. If you think it's a good shot, shoot it, because some other people could not shoot balls much. But she averaged 15 points a game for us on 34% from the field. That's including 3-pointers and 2-pointers. She took 36% of her shots this year. And I really didn't know that until I started working on this. So I was like, oh, yeah, you did shoot a lot, but it worked out, I guess. We're definitely going to miss her next year. And like I said, she's just a good role model and gets the job done. She made, I'll go back to Jaden's real quick. Jaden's got honorable mention at all league. And like I said, the league was tough. The voting was extremely tight. And for a while, I didn't know if we were going to get anybody on because just all the athletes that these other schools had. But back to Jaden, she made first team all league. She got her 1,000 career point against Syracuse along with the game winner, which was very exciting. She was honorable mention all-state in numerous polls. She also played in the Colby All-Star game. She was our leading scorer, but I think you came up short a few points, 2 points or something like that. So she had a heck of a career, and like I said, we're going to miss her next year in everything. Track, volleyball, basketball, you name it. Being part of the school and stuff like that. So definitely going to miss her. And one thing else I didn't say on Jaden is She made 2 half-court shots this year. One of them, I was like, there's just no way that's going in. And it was like 10 foot 1 inch tall, and it went in against Ellis. That was kind of a backbreaker for them that game too. So, a couple of the girls, Addie and Shay and Charlize, they were kind of our, and Mia as well. Mia struggled with injury for what, 5-6 games. She missed. But those 3 guards, you never knew who was going to come out and play good. They all had their moments, but they did an extremely good job. I know the playtime wasn't there for them, as well as Annabelle and Bradley and Mia, Maggie. It was a tough season on the playtime aspect. But I'll let Coach get into that, but I'm going to just run through our thanks real quick. First of all, I want to thank my wife, my family. Trista making breakfast on very short notice. The girls would be like, hey, is Trista cooking breakfast? This is Thursday night at 8 o'clock. And I said, I guess. So I go home and tell Trista we're having breakfast tomorrow. So she did that a few times. The parents for taking time, supporting us, going to all the games. We travel so much. Admin, cook, the board, putting faith in Coach and I to take on this program. Officials, score clock, bookkeepers, ticket booth helpers, couldn't do it without you. Howard Gibson, I mean, every coach has said this. Is he here? Stand up, Howard. Everybody give Howard a big round of applause. I mean, I think there was one game you didn't drive the bus. Was it just one? Well,
It's not very many.
not very many. And he's been doing that for the 4 years that I've been a coach in the high school side. It's a lot on him, I'm sure, but I think he enjoys it probably more than anybody, going to all these games. He's always saying, oh, Coach, you would have, man, if you just made that one shot, you'd been right in the game. I'm like, yeah, Howard, I know. But no, I really appreciate Howard as the bus driver. Student sections for getting loud. The band, all the sponsors throughout the year for our summer games, tournaments, and then throughout the season. Media, Christy and Cheryl, newspaper, Trista Brecken, Jeff Crockett for taking pictures. I probably missed somebody to take pictures, but it seems like a lot of you do. Shannon and the cheerleading squad. Manager, Gilsleen, right there, did a good job for us. We tried to get her to play, maybe next year. We'll get her out to play. And Greta, she won't be here. And then, thank my assistant coach, Shay. We talk a lot. Sometimes we don't agree on things, but we try to get it done towards the end of things. We finally agree on things, so couldn't do it without him. He's got a very good knowledge of the game. I learned from him. Hopefully he learned some stuff from me. But and also Miss Poet with the meals that they did for the backs. Okay? Those peanut butter little protein bars are extremely good. So keep doing those. I'll hand over to Coach Stewart real quick, and we'll just talk about our short JV season.
Yeah, I'll be real quick here. Kyle already touched on the frustrations from our JV season. So we had 6 competitions. One of them was a half game. One was just 3 quarters. 2 of them we had standalone games that we were limited on players, so we had 6 players. So Shay, Maggie, Riley, Mia, Annabelle, and Ray Lynn would play. And we were, personnel-wise, I want to give them props because we were post-heavy. Shay was our main guard, so we had to ask Mia, Maggie, other girls to take on different roles and play different positions in the game, and they did really well at it, even though it was uncomfortable. And also, they didn't get any rest, per se. So, you know, when they were tired and whatnot, I remember one time Mia come down like, I need a sub. I'm like, time out, because I can't sub or I don't want to. But then the other thing I just wanted to touch on real quick is our first JV game was January 14, 2 quarters against Sharon Springs. So those girls practiced from late November. I mean, 2 months without getting a chance to get on a competition floor against another team. Nobody goes out for any kind of activity wanting to just be in practice, go to practice and not to play the game. So I just want to say how proud I am of their persistence and commitment to stick to it, even though, I mean, it's not enjoyable to do that. I understand that, I get that, and proud of them for dealing with that, and hopefully next year we won't have that same situation. So thank you, girls, and everybody for allowing me to be a part of this, and move on to the next future.
Every time that we did finally get a game maybe scheduled, there was something else going on that weekend, whether it was FFA or whatever it was, and we would always lose 2 girls. Well, we needed those 6 girls to play a game. And one game we finished with, what, 3? We all fouled out. So it was a struggle. But anyways, thank you guys. Thanks for letting us coach your kids, and hopefully next year we'll do a lot better. Thank you.
All right, it's pretty much a carbon copy of last year's team, except for almost everybody has grown a few inches. We added Lincoln, which helped out drastically. I do want to start out with thanks before I forget, and I'll ditto almost everything Kyle said. Howard, my assistant, administration, the cheerleaders, the band. I was writing down as fast as you were saying because I forgot some, but those are the big ones. My managers, Ryland and Bishop. Filming a game is not as easy as it sounds. I tried it with my kids, and I start watching the game and I don't move the camera, and then I'm talking to somebody and it's just not good. So that is a much more difficult job, and it is huge for us to, when we watch film, to do stats and scouting another opponent. But to go on to the season, the year before we were 4-17. This year we're 14-8. So it's a 10-win turnaround. And 3-0 in the Border Wars. We played Stratton, Eads, and Los Animas. And Stratton got 3rd at state, and they were runner-up in football against Cheyenne Wells. So we were their first game, which I think if we'd have played them later, it might have been a different outcome because they got better as the season went on. We were down 7 or 8 at halftime and ended up outscoring them in the 3rd quarter, like 27-10 or something like that. We had a great 3rd quarter. And after that, it seemed like we started to click a little bit better until the Eads game, 2nd or 3rd quarter. We didn't click at all. And then we finished the game on a 20-0 run? Yeah, we finished the game. We were down 15 or so and finished on a 20-0 run to win by 7 or something like that. Then we went 2-1 in the league tournament, got 3rd. Redeemed the loss to Quinter. Luckily, I guess I'll say luckily, Coach Chris was sick that game, so they had to rely on their 19-year-old assistant to kind of run things, and I'll take that win no matter what. Out of our 8 losses, we averaged each loss by 6 points, and 2 of them were state qualifiers, Quinter and Syracuse. Then 3 of the other losses were to teams that got 4th place at state. Cheyenne Wells got 4th in Colorado. Central Plains got 4th in Division I, and Dighton got 4th in Division II. So that means a lot. Braxton did finally break a record this year that he could be proud of, I guess. His freshman year, he broke the record for the most shots, 3-point shots in a game. He's not real proud of that one. But this one was fun, and I actually almost took him out one short of the record. And I didn't know what the record was. I just knew we were up by 30, so let's get him out before anybody gets hurt. And then he goes and hits 2 more. And so luckily that took Shea off the records on that one. He still got multiple more, but congratulations on that record. And then the postseason honors. I had to look this up again today. Wichita Eagle had Lincoln, and this is for 1A Division I this year. Lincoln was third team, and Braxton was honorable mention. The Kansas Basketball Coaches Association, Lincoln was second team. Sports in Kansas, Lincoln was first team, Division I, and Braxton and Gael were both honorable mention. KASHA Covered had Lincoln in third team, and Braxton honorable mention. And our league was voted on by coaches. I think we were the only team with 2 players in first team, with Lincoln and Braxton on the first team and Gael honorable mention. And then the JV had a great season this year. One game that stands out to me was the Quinter game. What we were down going into the fourth quarter. Down 20? Yeah, we were down, I think, 40-20 or something like that going in the fourth quarter. And these kids battled back and made it a very interesting game, almost an overtime game. I think ended up losing by 2 or 3 points. And then the game before that, Luke had a standout game. I think he had, 3 for 3 or 4 for 4 shooting? 4 for 4 for 10 points? At Tri-Plains Bridge. 3 for 3? Oh, he had 7 points. He had 7 points. And to that point, in the 3 or 4 games leading up to that, JV games leading up to that, he didn't take a total of 10 shots. And in that game, he was just letting it fly. And the kids were having fun. Oh, and I was going to talk about that too. Lincoln, he tried really hard this year to get a triple-double, and that's a triple-double is double-figure stats in 3 different stats, and he did get it one time, but he's not proud of that one because that third stat isn't a popular one, but he did get 11 times he got double-digit rebounds. And then he'd get 7, 8, 9 assists and wouldn't get that 10th assist. And then there was one time he got 11 assists and he only got 7 rebounds. And so he was fighting for it. But Sharon Springs, the game we won at Sharon Springs, he did have a triple-double. But again, he's not proud of that one because he had 10 in a different category. I won't announce it. I'll let everybody figure it out. It's on Max Preps if you want to look it up. But seniors, thank you. Thank you for sticking it out for 4 years. Brody played all 4 years. Can't say the same about Lincoln. So, Brody, thank you. Brody's attitude was great this year. I think having Lincoln around was a huge safety net for him. He enjoyed it. Whether he tells you or not, he did. He smiled. He had fun. He laughed. But thank you, seniors. Again, thanks for everything. Fun ride. I know it's the longest season of the calendar year, but thanks for hanging out with us and hanging out with me. Anybody got anything else? Next up is wrestling. Oh yeah. That's on the back of a piece of paper. Most valuable, sorry. Yeah, well, you're still making your way down. Most valuable, these were all voted by the players again. Most valuable player was Lincoln Schaefer. Most inspirational was Lincoln Schaefer. And Most improved, came down to two players, it was Hayden Myers and Oscar Martinez.
I'll follow suit. I got some thank yous. First and foremost, the kids, and then I gotta say thank you to probably somebody who hasn't said thank you to yet, which is the board. It's hard to find a wrestling coach in Greeley County. And it just happens to be me right now, and I want to thank the board for letting me do that. And I'll be the first person to tell you, it's been good for me. It's brought me into a better mindset this year. It's been good for that process. I think what's different too is we're in a co-op situation, so we go to Leota every day. And I think these two girls will tell you that hasn't been a hindrance. That's been a great thing. It gives us a new set of friends, a new set of classroom, a new set of adventures. And I think that's been a good thing. And I want to thank these two. We started with a few more. The tough survived. McKenna was the lone survivor at the end, wrestling. Amelia did a combination of wrestling and managerial throughout the year. So let's give them a round of applause. I promised my wife I would be the shortest speech tonight. I'm sorry, but I will tell you this. If you want to find out how tough you are, if you want to get better at football, come find me. There ain't a sport we have here, or we do, that will help you more. And if you're a girl and you want to find out how mentally tough you are, come find me. It's been a great experience because we had 17 kids in that wrestling room over there, which is what you need to get better. So again, applause. Both of them lettered through their accomplishments this year. McKenna won a few matches. Learned a lot because we don't have a ton of experience. So I appreciate your time and effort. And I want to say thanks to my wife because she puts up with it as well. But I think she enjoys when I'm gone more sometimes, not all the time. So thank you. Is Shannon coming? Sorry, before I leave, I have one funny story from this morning. I heard that the seniors said preschool was rough. What? Who told me preschool was rough when they were senior? Somebody said they were always battling for the knife out of the kitchen. Is that grub? Yeah.
Okay, I want to thank all the coaches for all their support with us this year. We couldn't have been out there and do what we do if we weren't able to have your team. So we thank all the players and the staff and admin for everything you do with us and for us. I've got seniors Mary Catherine Botruba, Alexis Chavez, junior Maggie Botruba, sophomore Riley Labra, and freshman Emily Long. We had an incredible year cheering on our football team, supporting at state volleyball, bringing spirit to all basketball season, including sub-state for both girls and boys, pep rallies for both homecomings, as well as for all state teams and athletes. It's been a year of growth with lots of new faces joining the squad, and they've all stepped up in amazing ways. We're saying goodbye to two outstanding seniors, Mary Catherine and Lexi, whose leadership and energy will be greatly missed. Every team member earned their letter this season, and it's a testament to their hard work and dedication. I'm beyond proud of everything they've accomplished, and I'm already looking forward to yet another great season next year. So thank you all for your support of us. We could not do the pep rallies and cheering on the team without your guys' support. So thank you so much.
Okay, so this is our trap team. I want to start out, thank you parents, grandparents, administration, coaches, and community members. for your continued support of the trap team. The trap team is a group of 12 individuals. 8 of them are in high school, 4 of them are junior high, and they battle each week to put their best scores up against opponents from across the state. They also battle to better themselves from the week before. All of these student athletes you've seen up here multiple times because they're involved in a lot of other sports and activities. So it takes a lot of scheduling between their activities, schoolwork, and one of the unique things, Mother Nature. We try not to shoot in the rain, although we went there this spring. I commend them for their hard work, ethic, and the pride they bring. This fall, trap season's broke into 2 seasons. We have a fall season and a spring season. This fall, we finished first in our conference. Mia Reynolds finished 3rd place overall female. And Mia, while she's been in high school, has finished in the top 2 or 3 of conference multiple times. Zoe Shivers finished 2nd in conference on the female side. Brody Grubb finally won conference his senior year. He also earned our fall Top Gun trophy. We're currently 4 weeks into our season for the spring, and we're leading our conference again. 9 of our 12 shooters are ranked in the top 20 of conference, 5 of them in the top 10. This week was kind of an exciting week. Layton hit 50 in a row, which is a perfect score. Eli, Clayton, and Brody all hit 25 this morning, so it was a good morning out. We have state tournament and nationals coming up in June and July. Now for the seniors. I usually don't talk a lot about individual shooters, but this senior class has been a special group. Eli came to us a little later, sophomore year, junior year. He's brought a spirit and has steadily increased his weekly averages, and as I referenced, he hit his first 25 this morning. Zoe's been a national qualifier, finished multiple seasons in the top 3 of her division, is a 4-time letter winner. She's persevered through some tough seasons and always had a great attitude. Logan has shot with the trap team since junior high. He's been a multiple-time national qualifier, part of the all-state team, and has also hit the coveted perfect 50. And Brody, the quiet leader of the group. Brody's been shooting competitively for Greeley County Schools since the 6th grade. Brody has been a 7-time national qualifier, conference champion, 2-time all-state team, 4-time letter winner, has hit the perfect 50, and is currently our Club 49 leader at 14. This group's been very fun and competitive. The seniors will be missed. We wish them the best as they go out in the world.
Okay, as you can see, we had a pretty big team this year. We had 17. It's the most I've ever had. Quick thanks to Monica and Melissa for helping us out so much throughout the year and being there for us, making us snacks and driving us places if we needed it. Big thanks to Drew and all your help for the last few years, continuing on there, but he keeps me grounded whenever I get a little too intense. Yes, about golf. Aaron Myers, thanks for helping us was going to Leota that one day and driving vans for us. Brent at the bus barn always having to clean up our messes when we have to play in the rain and we have a bunch of push carts that get the van all dirty. And Aaron, I think, has helped clean those, so appreciate you guys, what you guys do. Mr. Cook, I know, had to deal with a lot of schedule changes this year because we had a tournament that was supposed to be on Good Friday, so we had to change that. State's supposed to be at Memorial Day, so we have to change that. All sorts of other things, so it's just been a mess this year. To the track and track coaches, you guys have been really good to work with sharing athletes at a busy time this year, so I appreciate you guys and all the parents. I'm pretty sure we lead all of Kansas in parental support at most golf tournaments. We have more parents and spectators there to watch. It's just really good, all the support. And shout out to the Goverts and all the work that they're doing at the golf course. I know there's never a good time to do something like that, but we really appreciate the work that you're doing and how it's going to benefit us in the future too. So thank you guys so much. Quick recap of the season so far. Our best day was at Hoxie. We got third, which is quite a feat there. We've definitely never medaled there, never gotten in the top three. We shot a 333, which is 45 over par, which is a school record from as far as I can find anyway. We're still trying to go for the all-time low of 327. Hoping we can break that this year. We've got a couple more chances. We tied for first at Atwood, and we won at Sharon Springs yesterday. Tons of medals. Lincoln and Braxton have each won a varsity tournament. JV's won an insane amount of medals this year. We still have a goal of Lincoln and Braxton going 1-2 in the tournament this year, so maybe we'll get that at league on Friday. We have league, regionals, and state. That's all we have left. We started the season ranked 11th because we had a really poor first day at Goodland. And then we battled our way up to 7th, and we can get to the top 5. Great thing about this team is it could just be anybody on any given day. We have such a deep team with our top 6. And it's been a lot of fun because it takes the pressure off of everybody else when it's not, you have to rely on a certain forward. So that's been a lot of fun. And next year is going to be a lot of the same. I have 6 seniors this year, 5 of them on varsity. So there's 5 spots open for varsity next year. And we had to talk about that today. That, there's a lot up for grabs there. And they have a lot of potential, but potential doesn't mean anything if you don't put in the work to make it a reality. Quickly go to my awards. I don't do co-awards, but I will give out some shout outs. Our chip-in champion, we do a chip-in challenge at the end of practice almost every day. We have to make so many chip-ins before they can leave. Kyler led through most of the year, and on the last day, Lincoln ran him down because it was a big thing for him because he had won the first 3 years. And Lincoln was able to chase him down, and they tied. And like I said, I don't do ties, I don't do co-awards, so we stayed out there, and I think it was the longest they ever took the chip a ball in all year. But Lincoln finally got it, so Lincoln's our chip-in champion. Most inspirational, this one we had down to 3 people. So I guess you could say, as the award shows they do, the nominees are Maggie, Brody, and Ryland for their own reasons. But the winner this time was Maggie. Yeah, Brody has the best stories, in case you didn't know. The kids will beg him to ride in the van with us home because we all want to hear Brody's stories from the day. But Maggie, she does such a good job. If there's anything that needs done, she does it and she takes care of it. If I ask the entire team of 17 to do something, 16 will walk one way and Maggie will actually go do what I ask. So I appreciate that. Most improved, a lot of names here, but most improved from last year to this year, Aaron, Braxton, Kyler, and Eli all improved their scores a ton from last year. Most improved so far this year was G, Greta, and Bishop, and then the winner of the award this year is Ryland. I do want to shout out Bishop real quick. One thing about Bishop and why he's on there is not only did he improve his score, he did what I think is one of the hardest things to do, and he improved his attitude. He started off as someone who would get very frustrated very quickly. He was also the loudest person on the golf course. At any moment, you could hear him from the football field, I'm sure. And to now, there was a day I came to practice on, is Bishop here? Oh, there he is. So it was kind of nice. But to improve in that way is worth something, so I appreciate that too. Ryland, this was his first year. He came out late, and he actually improved his score by 18 strokes from the first meet to his last, which is pretty impressive on 9 holes. So that's a lot of for MVP, like I said, I don't do co-awards, but Braxton and Lincoln have always been the top ones all year. And actually this year, Braxton actually caught Lincoln for best scoring average this year, so Braxton's our MVP this year. And I do have one final award. I've only given this award out twice in my 13 or so years of coaching, I think. And I want to give a Jackrabbit Award whenever he gets here to Lincoln Schaefer. My Jackrabbit Award is for the Jackrabbits. Jackrabbit Award is one that it goes to a 4-year senior who's made it to state all 4 years, never has any problems with grades or anything like that, and excels as a leader. And I don't think I've ever had anyone that would be that like that. Like I said, I have 5 seniors, and I know graduation's Saturday, and you guys are all excited, but just remember the job's not done. We have a lot of work to do to get to what our goals were from the start of the season. So, see you high, let it fly. Track.
Okay, I'll keep it kind of short and sweet since we've been here for a while. Typical, I want to give thanks to school board, admin, staff and teachers. Hey, spring is a very hectic time between track, golf, FFA, trap, all the things. A lot of the kids are pretty well checked out. So it's a rough time for everybody, but thank you for kind of bearing with us. Thank you for our bus drivers. Hey, we've had to have some last minute scrambles back and forth, and we appreciate you guys for late nights and busy, cold and hot and windy days. Thank you golf and trap for sharing some of the kids with us. It's really nice to see a lot of them get out and participate in as many things as they can. And then thank you to our parents for letting all your kids come with us and compete and get better every day. They're most of the time a joy to have. Sometimes they get a little grumpy. And then thank you to the community. Hey, a lot of what we do would not be possible without the community support. You guys are absolutely outstanding. A lot of bigger schools just don't quite understand how impactful and how beneficial it is to have a community such as you. So we cannot express our gratitude enough. If I could have my seniors step forward. Okay, we have 5 seniors this year. They are a very, very great and amazing group of young individuals. With their work ethic, with their ability to lead and encourage the younger members and the younger athletes to come and try every day, even facing adversity, they show up and they do their jobs. And we cannot be more grateful for them, and I cannot tell you how much I'm going to miss every single one of them next year. even if I've only heard Tatum talk 3 times. So thank you guys so much. Jay has been struggling with a little bit of an injury this year, so she has not quite had the senior season as she has probably hoped, but we are hoping to have her build up and do big things here towards the end of the season. We'd also like to recognize her for last year. She was our only state qualifier. She got 9th overall in triple jump, so we are very, very proud of her. Track and really any spring sport is a super, super short season. Very weather dependent as well, so you try to go super, super quick to get big results really quick. And I must say, we've been very, very proud of a lot of the kids this year. They have come in, they've worked hard, and they've gotten better, and they've gotten better quick. They come in every day with a good attitude most of the time, ready to work, ready to get better, and ready to do big things each meet. If they get a PR, that's not good enough. Now they want to go even further. We're getting closer to postseason. We have league this Thursday in Quinter, and then next Thursday we have regionals in Oberlin. It'll be quite the drive, but I think we have a really promising chance to bring a van full of athletes to state this year, which I think will be very, very good to represent Greeley County. I'm sorry, It was bound to happen eventually. At least be proud that it was 2.5 years later. Okay? At least I wear red everywhere. Be proud of how much I wear red in Wallace County. But, so we're just going to forget about that a little bit. But the kids have not only grown physically in their abilities and all their events, but I've been very proud of a lot of the kids and how their mental growth has been this year. Some of the kids have struggled a lot with getting down on themselves or getting really hard on themselves if they don't compete well. This year, I cannot tell you how much growth I've seen in a lot of the kids. They may not have a good day, but that just motivates them more. It doesn't shut them down, it just pushes them to try even harder. And so I am so, so proud of a lot of them for that. Okay, so we will dive into awards. So first we have MVPs. Okay, we have, for all of our awards, both male and female awards. So for our ladies, our MVP this year, she has gone points and medaled at every single meet she's been at, even though she's very young. She's very, very impressive, and I'm very excited to see where these next few years take her, is Miss Jalen Brandel. I also dropped the ball in getting mine printed before the color printer went out, so I'm sorry they are black and white. I'll get you a better one later. Oh, perfect. Okay, for our boys, our MVP goes to Rowdy Grubb. I'm going to say I've not seen quite as much determination in a kid as I've seen Rowdy have this year. He's come every single day to the point we have to shut him down. Like, okay, you've done enough today. And he doesn't want to listen, but he does. He's done very, very well this year. Our most enthusiastic members this year goes to Taven Schmidt. Every day he shows up ready to go, ready to work, ready to encourage everybody and cheer everyone on. No matter if he's in the middle of prepping for his event or trying to practice, he's always supportive and happy to be there every single day. And then for our ladies, our most enthusiastic is Jaden Mangan. Jaden has kind of been our assistant coach this year. It's been hard not having her compete, but it's been really nice having her be able to go and share her knowledge with a lot of the younger athletes. And she's done an outstanding job and always is the first to be encouraging and help those younger and help them get better. Next is our most improved. We actually have a few this year. Okay, so for our fellas, we have Aiden Hill. Aiden has shown up and improved tremendously in all three of his throwing events, almost every single meet. If he doesn't get a PR every meet, he's very darn close. Shows up every day, ready to work, ready to get better. Our next fella that got one is Oscar Martinez. Oscar has just kind of come out of nowhere this year. We knew he had a lot of athletic ability within him, but this year he really just kind of came out and really showed everybody what he has to give. He's pretty quiet, doesn't really say a lot, kind of flies under the radar, but when it comes to triple jump, man, he really gets out there and he gets after it, and he makes himself heard. For our ladies, we have Mia Reynolds. Not only has Mia done super well this year in getting better with her throws, but I have been very, very proud of her this track season for her mental approach to every day. Last year, she was very, very hard on herself. If she had one bad throw, I mean, she took it personally, and it hurt her. I mean, it bugged her a lot, and then it kind of hurt her throws a little bit. She'd get in her own head and kind of backtrack, but this year, she has a bad one, and she talks herself out of it, and she keeps going. So I've been very, very, very impressed with her this year. And last, for our most improved, is Addie Kennedy. Even if the workout or meet or whatever isn't going well, or it's rough or not very fun, she comes every day with a smile, ready to go, ready to work, and wanting to get better and push herself. Whether she's tired, whether she's sick, whether she's injured, she's going to be there and she's going to push to make herself better. Finally, we added a new one this year, and it's our Energizer Bunny Award. So we have two that just, you can always count, will have energy. One will happily display the fact that she has a lot of energy. The other one, you look at him and he seems pretty serious, but then the second you hear him talk, you'll understand why he gets this. So for our girls, Annalie Long. And then for our boys is Caleb Young. If ever you want a really quick way to make Caleb mad, it's when he asks something, say, hold on 1 second, I'll be there. And then you occupy yourself for like 30 seconds. It'll get him good. I, once again, cannot say how incredibly proud I am of all of these athletes up here. Okay, they come every day pushing themselves, wanting to get better, wanting to improve. I know that league in Oberlin is kind of a trek out there, being in Quinter and in Oberlin for regionals, but we would love your support. The kids really feel it. The kids really appreciate it. Even if they kind of zone us out sometimes, we're yelling on the sideline, seeing everybody there, it means a lot. We think we can do great things, and we hope it's a good day. And then good luck to golf as they are getting ready for their postseason as it's coming up, and good luck to track. Thank you.
I do have one thing real quick. I want to give a shout out to Coach Hennick. When she started helping with the program, there were 9 kids. And look at the group that she has brought together up there now.
Clear as mud? That's not clear.
All right. Couple things here to close up. First of all, there are lots and lots of thank yous that the coaches said and mentioned, and everything from parents to the kids to people supporting them and things like that. Bus drivers, admin, etc. I want to thank the coaches, because none of this is possible without you guys. And I know for a fact that there are a lot of armchair coaches in the stands and walking around the stadiums and things like that at our ball games, at our meets, at different venues, but they won't step up and coach. But they've got a lot of good ideas, okay? And I've heard a lot of them. So my thank you goes out to the coaches. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. I've done it for years also. I know what you guys go through. Sometimes it seems like it's thankless. Then you get a spark and an athlete surprises you, and it's all worth it. It doesn't matter. And it can be a state championship. It can be that kid that makes 2 3-pointers that never shot the basket in his life. Okay? So thank you, coaches. Thank you, everybody else. I also want to thank the community. I promise you, and I am not making this up, when I go to places, I hear people talk about the support we have, the volunteers, the people that come out and work our events and make our events some of the best events on this side of the state, whether it's football games, basketball games, track meets, etc., so on and so forth. As a matter of fact, I've had probably 10 coaches from other schools disappointed that we are not hosting regional track. I'm not one of them. I can tell you that much. Okay? But a lot of coaches thought we did such an outstanding job the last 2 years, we should be hosting it, but we're not. Thank God. But anyway, that goes back to the community, and I thank you for your support in that. It seems like whenever we try to start having track meets and different things like that, I always have enough help and enough support, and it's great. Okay? It's a super, super feeling to have that. Again, best of luck to the track and the golf teams and the track team. Postseason's coming up. Go out there, get them. Do the best you can. Kids, make lots of memories while you're here doing this. And finally, congratulations to all of you that have won awards, whether it's the most inspirational to All-State Awards. You did it. Nobody else did it. You did it. And you should be proud of that. Okay? Congratulations to Coach Myers for 40 years. But I'm going to tell you right now, I've got a lot of secrets on her. If you're interested in it, see me afterward. Thank you all for coming.